action as the UWSP Pointers take on the Beloit College Buccaneers. Hello, everyone. I am Brody Kupski. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast of Pointer Athletics. And if you're watching on the Pointer Athletics YouTube page or the WAC Network, we thank you for tuning in. Another game here for women's hockey, and last weekend of the regular season at home for these Pointers. Currently riding an 8-game losing streak, looking to hopefully get back in the win column here at an 8-11 record on the season. Hasn't been so lucky for them the last many games. I mean, the last 8 games so far, dating back to December 13th. They have not won a game, but it hasn't been an easy stretch. They had to play a lot of tough opponents like UW-Eau Claire twice, the number 2 team ranked at that point, Augsburg, a Hamlin team that was also ranked pretty highly. And it hasn't been easy for them so far as the Pointers get on the ice here to get their lineup set up here. And we'll look at the lineups, but for a Beloit team here, it's not been an easy season so far for them either. They are sitting at 2-16 overall, 0-6 in conference play. I mean, you cannot want a game at home, but 2-5 on the road, which has been surprising. I mean, they're in their first season as a college hockey team, the Buccaneers have had a rough stretch. They've seen the Pointers already 3 times this season, playing a total of 5 times in the year, which is pretty crazy, but based on scheduling, this is the only games that they could get against conference opponents. Only 5 conference opponents in the WIAC currently. WIAC standings sit at UW-Eau Claire at 8-0 in the WIAC. UW River Falls at 6-1 in the WIAC. Pointers sitting at 2-4. And Superior sitting at 1-6. And Beloit dead last, 0-6. Tonight is Mental Health Awareness Night for the Pointers. And a few facts that I wrote down right before this game here is that 1 in 3 student athletes experience significant symptoms of depression or anxiety, and student athletes are more likely to experience mental health conditions than the greater population. The game is sponsored by Sophie's Squad, the mental health awareness organization, and some Pointers tonight are wrapping their sticks in teal, aquamarine, if you want to call it, colors. And in warm-ups here, Maddie Anderle was wrapped her helmet with the tape. It looked honestly pretty interesting, and it's a big cause for really anyone here, and we're thankful for the Pointers for recognizing it, especially on a night like this, as Riley Novak down in front of me here giving a little speech before the game, and Pointers will be taking a photo after the game to spread awareness for mental health. The Buccaneers may be able to change their fortune this week if they can get a run going here between the Pointers and the Buccaneers here. I mean, it hasn't been easy for them. The Buccaneers riding a 6-game losing streak. Pointers riding an 8-game losing streak. One's going to break a streak tonight at some point, and we'll see who that is. So for Beloit, the starters for tonight, the goalie Janelle Quace, the freshman out of Litchfield, Minnesota. The freshman defenseman Avery Sinclair from Fort Francis, Ontario. Another defense pairing here is Fian McCullough. That's a great name, from Duluth, Minnesota. Kylie Schreier, the sophomore out of Ontario, the forward, leading the team, I believe, in assists here, and actually make that points and goals. Mackenzie Kostiuk, the freshman out of Thunder Bay, Ontario, also making a start. And Addison Grulke, another freshman out of Eau Claire, Wisconsin, making a start. So a freshman line here, all around really a pretty freshman-heavy line for Beloit as they head into the last few games of the season. Here in Stevens Point, next week check at their schedule here. Beloit heads to Marion University on Tuesday, then Eau Claire next week Friday and Saturday. For the Pointers, they're starting Claire Swanson here tonight. Natalie Ahern making a start. Riley Novak making a start. Claire Riestenberg also making a start Alyssa Yoakum and Grace Torma, the defense pair. The junior Yoakum having a great season on her own, leading the tied with the team in assists this season. Torma, the captain, one of the 3 captains for this Pointer squad, along with Ahern and Maddie Underly. And the Pointers led in goal scoring by Molly Polkamp this season. 6 total goals for her this season. Looking to probably add more to it if she can. And for these Pointers, really, they got to get back in the win column if they want anything. They got to find something and get it going in order to really salvage the season. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem. You're listening to Pointer Athletics. Well, it's great to hear Heidi Obestat on the national anthem as we get underway here in KB Willett. And looking around the WIAC, really no other women's games tonight. And ceremonial puck drop here for tonight's game. And we'll take a moment of silence here on the broadcast for mental health. A quick moment of silence there. No games other than the Pointers and Buccaneers here in the WIAC. And in terms of men's hockey tonight, a lot of men's hockey action in the WIAC. Eau Claire facing Superior, up in Superior. The men's team for the Buccaneers facing UW Stout has already gone underway here. Buccaneers for the men sitting at 4-14, so a few more wins than this women's squad here, but not by much. In the Pointers men's hockey team out in River Falls tonight. Looks like Alex Proctor getting the start here as I look on the screen here for the game. The Pointers looking to hopefully get more conference wins after kind of splitting the series with Stout last weekend. One in OT out in Menominee and the other here at KB Willett Arena. The Pointers will be facing Beloit College next weekend. The men's team will be heading down to Janesville, Wisconsin, where they'll be playing. And they'll be facing off in the final regular season games here at KB Willett against the UW Superior Yellow Jackets. Hopefully for a win there. But big games here tonight here at KB Willett Arena. Could make or break a season for both of these squads, and they're hoping just for anything, really anything for both sides. Looking to break a streak, either one with a big losing streak here. As we'll get underway here in the face-off here, Riley Novak and Kylie Schreier here at KB Willett. We are underway as the face-off won by the Buccaneers. So they start passing around Over to Sinclair. Sinclair tries to pass it up, and that's off the stick and onto the stick of Yoakum. Yoakum races in here, tries to take a shot. That's knocked off her stick by Sinclair. Sinclair tries to pass it around. Novak passes it off the net there, and she tries to race around. She gets tripped up a bit, no call. Riesenberg tied up along the boards. Sinclair there to poke it away as it's collected into the corner. A couple pointers and Buccaneers fighting, and there'll be Sinclair to collect it. Back around to Schreier. Schreier racing around here, trying to pass it up to Kostiuk, and collected here by Yoakum. Yoakum tried to skate through here and poked away and collected again. Kept in the zone there by Polkamp as Yoakum races around to try to collect it. She pokes it around and collected there by Janelle Quaist. As Quaist looks like she needed to check her pad for the puck. Must have got stuck in there. Quaist on the season so far, an 88.3 save percentage, leading the team, and a 4.07 goals per game average, also leading the team. And in terms of saves this season for her, 188. They got 189, maybe even 190 so far in this game. Pointers with their second line on the ice: Abby Skelly, Molly Polkamp, and Jenna Britz. Britz has been playing or manning the center for a while, but has been put on the left wing here with Amanda Puchnik and Gianna Neist here for the defense. So as they're getting Quace's pads back on here, try to get it. I mean, I believe she had to take it completely off here. I mean, it's almost like when you're playing baseball or even softball here, you're like undressing your catcher's gear in order to get into the batter's box if you're a catcher waiting to hit. Try to find something out of that. Baseball season coming up for the Pointers pretty soon. They'll be going on a spring break trip in a couple months. Softball starting up pretty soon. I believe women's lacrosse also starts up pretty soon. A game in February here at the turf fields at Stevens Point as Polkamp takes that around. She gets pushed into the boards. No call there. As kept in by Britz. Polkamp tries to take it away, but Britz has it now. Back up to Puchnik. Puchnik over to Nice. She can't corral that. And the Buccaneers try to go up the ice as that's almost taken away. Now taken away by Skelly. And up the ice there is Claire Dixon. And that'll be, it looks like an offside call there. Just must have left the zone enough. And we'll get another change here. Third line for the Pointers coming on here. Kendall Rickley on the faceoff here with Natasha Ludwig as the Buccaneers will win the faceoff here. Race around here, Maddie Hoffman, as that's taken off the stick, but collected again by Hoffman. Hoffman up to Hannah Shady. And pushing the boards there is the Pointers. Ludwig tries to pass around. That's almost in front of Claire Swanson, but kept away by the Pointers here, racing up the ice. Avery Engbrecht, she shoots it in off what looked like a Buccaneer and kept out of the zone as Riesenberg off her stick as she collects it again. Regan gets the puck here, back up to Riesenberg. Ahern racing after it. She can't collect it as Riesenberg down behind the net here. Collected again by the Buccaneers. Schreier tries to take it up, but off her stick. Racing up now, April Vaki. She tries to collect it. That's down into the zone. That's off the net and collected by Grace Torma. Torma back around to Yoakum. Yoakum racing up the ice here. Tries to pass it up to Novak, but off her stick and collected by Fianne McKella. No icing there as Yoakum collects it. Passes back around to Torma. Torma tries to race around. She passes it up and out of the zone. Collected by McCullough. And that's blocked by Abby Skelly. It's collected again by Avery Sinclair. Sinclair over to former Pointer Rachel Fusi. Was on the Pointer squad last year. That's collected again by McCullough. McCullough gets her stick poked there as Britz fights after it. with Polkamp. Pointers trying to keep it in their zone as Polkamp collects down. She takes a shot wide. And still in the zone here by Puchnik. And she takes a shot just wide of the net as well. And collected here by the Buccaneers, but still kept in the zone here. Addison Grolke fighting after as that's collected down by Anderle. Anderle tries to pass in. She finds Rickley. A shot there, but off the side of the net. Collected again by Anderle. She takes a shot, and that's blocked save there. Quaist. As Pointers fighting down on the sideboards there. Collected again by Engbrecht. Engbrecht tries to pass it in. Nobody home. Nobody can collect that one as that's passed up the ice. That will be icing as Puchnik racing after it with Julia Fusi. The two Fusis, a lot of siblings here on this Beloit team. Julia Fusi along with Rachel Fusi. Addison Grulke and Kennedy Grulke. And I believe there's another one here, not coming to mind here, but a lot of siblings on this team. I mean, if you're going to get one, why not get both? Faced off here, won by the Buccaneers. Collected here by Fusi, Rachel Fusi. And kicked up the ice here. Skylar Arneson collects it here. As she tries to pass it around up to Riesenberg. Takes a shot there, but really waves it off. As McCullough tried to take a shot, and that's cleared out to Novak. Collected here again by Natasha Ludwig. Over, I believe that is Natalie Gurr. And race up the ice here by Claire Dixon. Dixon takes a shot. And looks like Swanson doesn't know where that is. Dixon, I believe, slides into the net there. And collected here by the Pointers as they try to kick it out. Collected again by McCullough. And that would be offside. They tag up. Kicked up the ice here. Trying to get it to Ahern as that's off her stick. Icing is waved off at the midline. Polkamp raced after it, but cannot connect. And trying to keep it in zone. Torma has it. Torma racing around here. Kicks it around the net. Britt's there to collect. Fighting along the boards here. Tries to pass it over to Polkamp. Polkamp now with it. Tries to pass in the middle. Nobody home. Kicked back out by Polkamp. Polkamp trying to race after it, but won't get it. That's up in the air. Just kept in the zone barely. Shot taken and just wide. Another pass by Polkamp up to Yoakum. Yoakum takes a shot. That's blocked by Cora Meshke. That's kicked in the zone. Nobody knows where it is. Finally kicked out here. And the Buccaneers can finally go for a change quick. If they hurry, the Pointers can have a chance here. Yoakum races in, takes a shot. That's off a stick and up in the net for another stoppage of play. 14:05 left in this first period. A lot of action down by the Pointers zone. And a couple chances for Quaist, but has blocked a lot here. As we check on other scores around the Y-Axis, because it looks like still 0-0 out in River Falls. Eau Claire up 1-0 over Superior. They go by former Spash player Dane Hoyard from Iowa Scandinavia. His shot taken and whiffed on by the Pointers. And as Maddie Otterly tries to kick in, she collects it again. She races around. Tries to pass it in the middle. Cannot connect it on a pass there to Engbrecht. And collected here and taken away by the Pointers. Rickley to Anderle. Anderle trying to kick it around here, trying to find a passing zone and off the stick, and still kept and collected here against, hugging against the post is Quaist for another stoppage here. So a 1-0 game out in Superior, and still 0-0 between the men's Buccaneers team and the Blue Devils of Stout. Face off here. Novak wins the draw here. Ahern off the post. I don't think Quaist even saw that one and kicked out of the zone here. Arneson races after it. Had a good chance there. It looks like a Buccaneer takes a tumble. That's kept up in the air. A little juggle pass there, and that's offside waved off. And that's down in the zone. Novak fighting after it. Kept along the boards here by Ahern. Ahern tries to pass it in. Can't connect it. She takes a shot off the pad and wide. And collected here by Tara Regan. Regan passes it down. Collected down in the zone by McCullough and kicked around. And just out of the zone as Novak tries to race after it. Ahern collects it now. She tries to pass it in, get a change here as that's collected there by Quaist. McCullough tries to kick it up here and off the stick. It looked like Addison Grulke. And that'll be, it looks like a penalty. A big chance for the Pointers here as they go on the power play. The first penalty of the night between both sides. And it looks like a cross-checking call here. They'll send Fian McCullough into the box here for the penalty. And for McCullough, looking at penalties-wise, and get some here. Get some stats. Looks like her 6th penalty of the season for her. A cross-checking penalty puts the Pointers on the power play as Yoakum tries to keep it in here. Kick down and around as the Pointers try to collect it again. Skelly takes a shot there and collected there by Quace as she thought she dropped it and Polkamp was trying to poke it in. A little bit of a commotion down in the zone. And we're getting our face-off here. 12:08 left in the period here. Minute, about 17 seconds went off the power play here. Face-off here in the Pointers zone. One there by Polkamp. Kicks it back to Yoakum. Yoakum over to Regan. She can't collect it, and that kicks out of the zone. Regan getting chased after. As Yoakum collects it, tries to pass it up. Nobody home there. And almost collected again. And kicked in the zone. And Claire Swanson plays it back to Yoakum. Yoakum kicks it up to Polkamp. Polkamp up the ice to Novak. Riley Novak races in off the pad and saved there. And kicked out of the zone there. Kicked up the ice. Has a chance here. Swanson has to play out of her net. She kicks it out. Pointers racing after it. Ahern racing in. Offsides waved off. She tries to kick it down. She finds the Pointer. She tries to pass it over to Jenna Britzen off the stick of a Buccaneers. That's kicked down back by Swanson. Swanson tries to clear. Dangerous chance there. Big shot there into the boards as it looked like Maddie Hoffman dropped her stick there. Had a big chance there. Is racing up the ice. Kendall Rickley. Rickley gets this puck poked off there. Torma kicks it in, tries to poke it in. No dice there. Is collected by Britz. Britz passes it up to Torma. Torma down low, kicked in, and big save there by Quace as that's kicked around. 15 seconds left in the power play here for the Pointers. And still kept in. Torma takes a shot. That just finds the corner and in. Grace Torma with the first goal of the night. Pointers up 1-0. I mean, she absolutely picked that corner right above Quace's right shoulder and gets the power play goal here for the Pointers. A 1-0 lead. So the Pointers go up 1-0 here on the goal. And they're looking to hopefully put up more here as Kendall Rickley gets the face off here. And kicked out down in the zone as Yoakum races after it with Torma gets it. Tries to pass it back to Yoakum. Buccaneers there to contend. As Yoakum racing around here, tries to pass it up. Just can't get it out of the zone. And kept here by Grulke as that's into Maddie Onderly's chest. She tries to race up. And kicks it back around to Polkamp. Polkamp racing around. She gets it poked off here as almost could get a tripping call there, but no call. And that's out of the zone here, actually collected by Polkamp. Polkamp tries to take a shot. That's still collected. Nobody knows where it is, but still kept in by Nice. And that has a chance there. No dice as a shot taken in wide. Shot wide off the body of a Buccaneer. And kept in by Puchnik. Puchnik down to Jenna Britz. Britz kicked it down to Nice. Nice is fighting along the boards here. Looks like Johnson's in there to collect it. Tries to pass it in. Has a chance, but off the skate and out of the zone here. Collected here by Swanson as Nice collects it. Kicks it up the ice to Skelly, and that will be an icing call as Pointers cannot connect on that pass. And it looks like the River Falls Falcons score a goal. Must have just tipped off the stick and over the pads of Alex Proctor. A 1-0 game out in River Falls. Goal scored by Gavin Middendorf for the Falcons. So face off here in the Pointers zone after the icing. 8:55 left in this period. And won by the Pointers here as they try to kick it back around. Novak collects it. She races up the ice. And that'll be another icing as barely got past. I don't even think she got past the midline there. Another icing here for the Pointers. So 1-0 game here off the power play goal. I mean, absolutely picked the corner there. Can't ask for a better goal from the Pointers. And that goal scored by Grace Torma. As face-off one there and kicked wide as Riesenberg collects it here. Riesenberg tries to kick it up and can't connect. Nice. Finds it here, tries to pass it up. We'll find Ahern. Ahern kicks it out. Novak gets it off her stick and almost collected there and out of the zone, but we'll find it now as that's kicked back down into the zone. So kicked up here. Pointers try to keep it in the zone, and that will be an offside as Anderle try to kick it in, and we'll get an immediate timeout here. 8:11 left in this period. Grace Torma on the season. That is her first goal of the season for the captain. And that's first points of the season, first goal of the season, I mean, for her. And she's played pretty much 18 games total, so a big game for her as the captain goes into her final 2 regular season games as a senior. Pointer Pep Band here in KB Willard Arena. Fans packing in a little bit. Not as heavy as the men's game here, but still has some fans here. Staying the weekend to watch some Pointers hockey action. And a beautiful night here in KB Willard. Really in Wisconsin as a whole, it's been pretty cold. I mean, last Friday, a lot of schools canceled. Pretty freezing weather. This week, a little bit warmer, and it's only going to get warmer from here. So, very exciting weather coming up. So, 1-0 game here still at KB Willard as they come out of the timeout. A 1-0 game out in Eau Claire, still a 1-0 game out in River Falls with the Falcons up over the Pointers. Pointers need as many conference games as they possibly can to get a good seeding in the conference. We'll see how they do. Same here for the Pointers women's hockey team. Is really they got third place locked up if they get a win here. And kicked in there, has a chance there, lost the stick, and still collected in here by the Buccaneers, but kicked around by Sydney Wang. Over to Johnson, who's fighting along the boards here. And kicked wide there. Regan tries to kick it out. Cannot collect that. Wang down over to Skylar Arneson. Arneson kicks it up and off the stick of Johnson. And that will be an icing call. Kai Johnson could not get enough on that one to keep it out. So another face-off here in the Pointer zone. They're going to send in Natasha Ludwig, the freshman out of Royalton. And face-off one there. We'll say Buccaneers here as the Pointers try to kick it out, and they will. As chance here, Novak, Addison Novak, the extra forward here for the Pointers tonight. As that's kept in the zone. Good play there by Claire Dixon. And kicked around by Yoakum. Up to Engbrecht here. Engbrecht over to Rickley. Kendall Rickley kicks it down in. Anderley and Rickley race after it. Dixon tries to kick it out, but cannot connect on that. Yoakum down and around. She tries to kick it around. And Dixon will collect it here and kick it up. And just kept in there by the Pointers. A chance here for Ludwig to collect it and kick it up here. Kept in the zone by Engbrecht. She kicks it around the zone. And racing after is Torma, the goal scorer for the Pointers tonight. Torma tries to kick it around here. Tries to find Skelly racing in, but cannot connect on that pass. Skelly gets it poked away, but Jenna Britz there to collect. Britz kicks it down to Polkamp. Polkamp, the leading goal scorer for the Pointers here, kicks it up to Puchik. Puchik takes a shot. That's kicked around off the pads of Quaist and kept in by Polkamp. Polkamp takes it up and wide. Kick down there. Skelly tries to collect here. Cannot connect on that. She gets tied up and kicked out, but kept in by the Pointers. So they're down along the boards and kicked up and out of the zone. As the Pointers go for a change here. Collected by Quace. Down to, it looks like, Claire Dixon. And kicked up and kept in the zone still by the Pointers. Down and around here. Up and out of the zone here. Down the ice. And that will be icing. And they'll keep this Buccaneers squad out on the ice. After the icing here. The Pointers going with their first line here and the third line in terms of defense. A 2-0 game out in River Falls currently. Pointers down out of their luck there. Keenan Ingram goal for the Falcons. So the Pointers got to find something, and they're heavily injured on the men's side of things. Had a couple defensemen go down, have Quentin Hill play in defense. And face-off one here by the Pointers. Ahern takes a shot and collected there by Quace, but cannot glove it. It's kicked up to the Pointers. Have a chance here, a 2-on-1 breakaway here. As that's off the skate of Mackenzie Kostiuk. It's kicked in there and off. It looked like a pointer. And still kept in the zone, though, by Beloit. Kicked down there to Kostiuk. She takes a shot wide. Very dangerous for Claire Swanson. Didn't get a good stick on that. As pass in the middle missed. Kicked up and collected by Ahern as she tries to race around, and she really takes a shot there by Evie Daly. And kicked up here and off the stick of Daly. Icing waved off. Yoakum right there to collect. Yoakum trying to pass around here. She just goes around Daly there. Yoakum races up the ice. Has Engbrecht. But Yoakum tries to pass it down to Anderley. Anderley takes a shot. That's blocked. Good block there. Natalie Gurr. That's still kicked out now. Offside, delayed offside called. The Warriors tag up and have a chance here as McCullough tries to kick it out. As Nice keeps it in. She takes a shot, hits her own teammate, and Kendall Rickley, takes a shot there. A shot up into Brittany Detch's face. Hopefully she's okay. That was not a good shot there. As McCullough kicks it down the zone. Swanson behind the collected. She's getting hassled there by the freshman, Addison Grolke. So that's kicked down the zone. Pointers try to clear it again. Will find it as Polkamp races around. Good stick work there. Stick handling there by Polkamp. Is collected again here and kicked up by Addison Grolke. Regan gets it knocked off her stick. A good chance here. Beloit takes a shot and collected. And it looks like Swanson didn't know where that was, and it looked like Regan lost her stick. Oh, playing without a stick here, like 4.5 team. A chance there. What a save there. Claire Swanson just kicks it wide. Had a chance there by Natasha Ludwig. Kicked wide by Swanson as they're stuck down on the boards there. Gets kicked out now and collected here by Hannah Chady. Is collected there by Swanson. 2:53 left in this period here, as the Pointers still up 1-0 after the goal by Grace Torma. Another goal scored here for the WIAC, really. To actually make that 2 of them, 2-0. Beloit is down out in UW out in Menominee. That's kicked around to Torma. And it looks like Riley Novak has a chance here. She can't collect it and still collects it even after she lost it. Takes a shot there. Chance there. Loose puck. And Quace just kicks it out. Pointers have a chance here as that's up into Novak's kind of hand there. Pass trying to get into the middle there. Can't connect on that. Good fight there by Schreier. And that'll be kicked out of the zone. A great stop there by Quace. Ahern can't collect that. Riestenberg collects it and kicks it out. Back around to McCullough. They pass it around here down the zone. Swanson kicks it aside. And tied up there's a couple Pointers and Buccaneers fighting for it. Joachim collects it. Joachim tries to kick it up over to Engbrecht. Engbrecht connects it. A 1-on-2 chance here. She has Anderle. Takes a shot and collected there by Quace. So minute 48 left in this period. Still a 1-0 game. It looks like the Pointers on the men's side score. Gabe Randall with the score. He's having a pretty good season for a freshman. The freshman out of Hortonville, Wisconsin. He's having himself a good season as a freshman. Leads the team in points. Face-off one here by the Buccaneers as that's kicked up the zone. Big shot there as that's going to be possibly offside, but no, taken away there by Ludwig. Kicked it around. Nice there to collect it with Engbrecht as they kick it around, back down and around the zone to Puchnik. Puchnik tries to kick it up to Anderle. So that's kicked around there to Neist. And she can't collect that one. But poked again by her to Puchnik. She can't collect on that pass. Still kept in the zone here. Have a chance in the middle. Puck floating wildly as that shot is up and out of the zone. And still kept in somehow by Vaki. And shot taken here by Puchnik. A minute left in this period. And they'll look like it's tipped off it looked like a Buccaneer, and that's up and out of the zone here as the Pointers had a chance there. I mean, no Buccaneer was racing after it. But the Pointers will get it down in their zone as that went up in the net and out of play. 51 seconds left in this period. Still a 1-0 game. Face off in the zone here for the Pointers. Have a chance here. Polkamp racing around here. Tries to wrap around. Nobody knows where it is. And it looks like Quace will glove it up. Honestly, I thought Molly Polkamp was going to try to Michigan there, but a backhand Michigan for her. Had a chance there, but wasn't gonna take it, I guess. Tried to pass it in the middle as Brits takes the face off here. Schreier. It looks like they're gonna get Brits here at the face-off violation. As Regan takes a shot. She whiffs on that one. Still kept in the zone, though. Now kicked out of the zone. A 2-on-1 chance here for Beloit. Beloit takes a shot. Kicked away by Claire Swanson. Chance here. It's wide. Swanson makes a save. It's still kept in the zone. Out and wide. Skelly races after it. Kicked down in the zone. Has a chance there and just poked in. Wow. What a goal there. Just getting past Swanson and just had to really tap it in a little bit. Really, the momentum carried that puck in the goal for Kylie Schreier. And it's a 1-1 game here, 20 seconds left in the period. Looking like all Pointers so far. And for Schreier, on the season for her, that's her 4th goal of the season, leading the team. Really leads the team in points now. As that's collected by Joachim. 16 seconds left. That shot wide over the net. Chance here for the Pointers. There's nobody home there to collect that pass. Ahern collects it now. Ahern takes a shot. They try to poke it around. 5 seconds left. And that'll probably do it here in the periods. That's kicked up and out of the zone. And that'll do it for this period. It was all pretty much pointers after a Grace Torma power play goal pick in the corner. Then with 20 seconds left in the period here, the Buccaneers tie it up with a tap in goal by Kylie Schreier. 1-1 game here at KB Beloit. We'll take a 15-minute break. You are listening to Pointer Athletics. Welcome back to KB Willard Arena. A 1-1 game here between the Beloit College Buccaneers and the UWSP Pointers women's hockey teams. And a goal scored by the Pointers at 9:26 into the period by Grace Tormer on the power play. And assist goes to Jenna Britz, her first of the season. Grace Tormer's first of the season, really first point of the season for her. And with about 20 seconds left in the period, the Buccaneers of Beloit score on an even strength goal by Kylie Schreier, her fourth of the season. And Claire Dixon with the assist. And a little controversy up here in the booth. We might have thought it was kicked off her skate and in, but really it's kind of just a weird goal in general. Just kind of kicked around just in front of Claire Swanson. Not poked away whatsoever, and just getting past her, she falls down and just kind of tapped in by the forward for the Buccaneers. And it looks like the Pointers aren't out yet, and it's under usually a minute they're out on the ice. And it looks like the Buccaneers are out on the ice first, and it looks like the Pointers finally get on the ice here. Maybe had a quick little talk before getting on the ice here. And for the Pointers here, 11 shots on goal from the first period, 8 shots on goal from the Beloit College Buccaneers. Janelle Quace, 10 saves so far for her. Claire Swanson with 7. Only 1 penalty coming to the Buccaneers. Fian McKella had the penalty, and really the only penalty of the night. Scored on the power play here for the Pointers, so a 1-0 on the power play. Pointers trying to do as best they can to get back here, get back on the board with his goal, and it looks like kicked there by, looked like Riley Novak kicked out to Sydney Wang. As Wang tries to collect it here, kicked out, and still kept in by Grace Torma. As that's down into the zone, kept by Torma. Torma tries to kick it over to Sydney Wang. Sydney Wang, good pass there to Novak. She tries to race around, cannot connect on that as Ahern collects it over to Yoakum. Yoakum takes a shot just wide and off the net. And still collected there by Abby Skelly. She's tied up along the boards here. And it looks like they're trying to kick it out here as Novak's there to try to help out. And that's kicked out here. Collected here by what looks like Addison Grolke. Kicked around here and collected by Yoakum. Yoakum races around. Kicked up out of the zone as nobody knows where it is. Collects it again here by the Beloit College Buccaneers. Collected around by Claire Swanson. Swanson tries to kick it around and still kept in the zone by the Buccaneers. There's a big hit there into Abby Skelly. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty here, I believe, coming to the Pointers. Alyssa Yoakum looks like she's going to the box here. Looks like going to be maybe a holding here on the Pointers. So the Pointers go on the penalty kill for the first time of the night. The first penalty of this second period, a 2-minute minor for Alyssa Yoakum. Almost just a couple minutes going off the board here. A little over a minute here off the board. And a 1-1 game here as Beloit College gets their first power play opportunity. A kick back up to the goal scorer, Schreier. Schreier gets it back to her and over to Maddie Hoffman. Hoffman tries to collect it over to Schreier. Schreier, the alternate captain, cannot collect it on her stick. As she tries to race around, poked away there. I believe that was Ahern, and it's still kept in the zone by Schreier. Schreier kicks it up to, I believe that is Mackenzie Kostiuk. Collected there by Kostiuk and kicked out of zone there by the Pointers as they will get it clear there as Quace collects it on her stick. Has trouble here. Tara Regan kicks it around. She can't collect this. That's poked away there by Natalie Gurr. And still kept around by Fian McCullough. And she's racing around here behind the net of Quace as Anderle gives chase. Kicked up the zone and off the stick of Kennedy Grolke. Grolke takes a shot and collected there by Claire Swanson. Had some action over the men's side of things. A 1-1 game between Eau Claire and Superior. And still 2-0 game out in Menominee. A 2-1 game up in River Falls. This face-off one here by Beloit. That's out of the zone. Just not a good pass there. It's collected here by Natalie Gurr and kicked around to Julia Fusi. She has trouble collecting that. Fusi makes a move there. Maddie Anderley gives chase. As she gives chase to Natalie Gurr. She tries to kick it up. Has Rachel Fusi, former partner, kicks it back around to Fian McCullough. She races around there as Polkamp gives chase. Ahern trying to fight it off there. She takes a hard shot there. No call there. A big shot there to McCullough. Nice, collects it, has some time, fires, kept in the zone here. Good chance here. And the Pointers kill off the penalty. And they have full strength here as that's kicked back around to Nice. Nice up to Ahern. Ahern tries to kick it out of the zone. Still kept in the zone by Beloit. Chance there. Looked like Tate Hutchinson tried to kick it around. That's a good block there. Ahern kicks it out and tries to get it cleared. Will do it as she tries to just kick it off the ice and really try to get off the ice for her. Long shift for her. And that's kicked in. Pointers have to take up. Hutchinson collects it now. Tries to kick it up here as looks like Kaya Johnson keeps it in the zone. Well, collected here by Rachel Fusi. Fusi racing around here and kicks it in the zone. Rickley misses that one as Skylar Arneson collects it now. Arneson kicks it back around to Regan. She can't collect it on their stick. Engbrecht tries to kick it out, but still kept in the zone. Arneson racing up, collected there by Engbrecht. She drops it down. Engbrecht has Johnson as that's kicked in the zone, but collected again. Ooh, blew a tire there. That was Natasha Ludwig. But still collected here by Hannah Shady. As Abby Skelly tries to kick it around. Claire Dixon, one assist on the goal by Beloit as that's kept in the zone as Arneson crashes into the boards a little bit. Torma gives chase with Ludwig as Ludwig wins that battle there. Torma tries to collect it around the skate, and she will. Pass it on to Polkamp. Good move by Polkamp. Has it wide open. Yoakum, she can't collect it on her stick. She collects it again. Good pass to Skelly, but poked away. Had a good chance there. And racing up the ice, a 2-on-4 chance. As Swanson collects it, and they go for a change. Chance there as Polkamp passes up to Jenna Britz. Britz kicks it in the zone there. And poked around by Quace. Sydney Wang tries to pass in the middle. Had nobody there. Shot there, but blocked. Nice. Tries to collect it. That's collected again by Addison Grolke. Nice. Still keeps it in the zone here as Sydney Wang gives chase to Grolke. Addison Grolke. As that's kicked around and collected again by Grolke. And now able to kick it out of the zone here and give in chase here. Have a chance here. A good fight there, and that'll be a penalty. A hard shot into the boards by it looked like Grace Torma and the alternate captain Kylie Schreier, and she doesn't look very good. That probably hurt pretty badly as she's looking at her hand. And apparently coming to the Pointers here. Another power play opportunity for Beloit. And Gianna Nice. So the Pointers' second penalty of the night. We'll get another face-off here and kicked out of the zone. Good chance there for the Pointers. They're going to give her 2 minutes for a roughing, I believe, the call there. That's kicked up the zone to McCullough. McCullough kicks it back up to Fusi. The captain Fusi, as that's kicked around. Fusi collects it again. That kicks it down to Grolke. Kendall Grolke kicks it up back over Looks like that was Natalie Gurr. She tries to pass around. Nobody was home. Fusi collects it here. Gurr takes a shot. That's off the skate and collected here by Grace Torma. It's tied up down low with Rachel Fusi and McCullough. She kicks it back up to Gurr. Takes a shot there wide. A shot there by Julia Fusi. We got two Fusis. And that's kicked out of the zone by Rachel Fusi. Really had to, got to make sure you got the right one. Calling the right one here is racing around here is Natalie Gurr. Kicked around there and misses Swanson's stick. So that's trying to kick out of the zone there, but won't find it. And kicked out there. 28 seconds left on the power play. Quace collects it here. Ahern giving chase. And they're going to race up the ice if they have a chance. The Pointers could kill off this power play effectively as they're going to get Yoakum. Kicks it up off the glass. Looks like Schreier back on the ice. Looks like she's okay after taking a hard shot into the board. And kicked up there by Avery Sinclair. And a couple Pointers fall to the ice there, and they'll call an offside. Must have just cleared the zone enough. And the linesman waving offside here. 12:09 left in the period. Pointers kill off the power play, a second chance in a row for the Buccaneers. And the face-off here, I'll say the Pointers really kind of won that one, but tried to race up the ice and taken away by Vaki. Tries to clear it there. Ludwig kicks it in. And Swanson tries to collect it, but off the net. Pointers try to clear it here again. Ref kind of gets in the way of a pointer. And down in the boards here, a couple Pointers trying to fight for it. It looks like Johnson's going to kick it out here. Kicked over to Vaki. Shot there, not a great shot. Has a chance there. Good save there. Claire Swanson really stretches out for that one. And that's still kept in the zone there by Beloit. But Kendall Rickley has it and kicks it up off the stick of Hannah Chady. She passes it around. Looks like Johnson's there. Tries to pass it in the middle. Nobody home as Ludwig collects that one. Britz gives chase, and ref has to get out of the way. And right again, the ref in the way here. Nice has it. That gets taken off her stick by Brittany Detch. And fighting along the boards there. Looks like Ludwig and Britz as they get pushed off. As Polkamp collects it, Polkamp has a chance to Abby Skelly, but can't connect on the pass. Pushnik tries to kick it up. Skelly gives chase as she takes a shot. That's along the boards here. Pointers trying to just get any offense going as Skelly gets pushed into the boards. Chance here, Polkamp. Polkamp gets it poked away by Quace as that shot's wide by Pushnik. Ahern collects it now. Pointers having good O-zone time here as that's still kept in by Puchnik. Puchnik takes a shot, and that's collected there by Quaist. We get another stoppage to play here. 10:21 left here in the period. What an offensive sequence there for the Pointers, getting something going here. And speaking of getting something going here, the goal count for the Blue Devils, a 3-0 game. Nicholas Pegene collects a goal for himself. Face-off one here by the Pointers as Ahern kicks it down around the zone to Novak. Novak has it. Tries to find Ahern in the middle. That's kicked up in the air. Still kept in the zone here by Regan. Actually make that Sydney Wang as that's collected again here now. Racing up the ice is Kennedy Grolke as that's kicked down around the zone. Arneson collects it now. A little less than 10 minutes left here as that poke away by Grolke. She tries to collect it, and that's poked away again by Novak. Riley Novak has a chance here. A 2-on-1. Make it 2-on-2. Good move there. What a move, Riley Novak. Chance there. Quace jumps on it, and what a move. Good stick handling there by Riley Novak. She just shot it right in the chest of Janelle Quace. An immediate timeout here with 9:43 left in the period. What a sequence there. I mean, good stick handling there by Riley Novak. I mean, absolute finesse there. I mean, that's the type of stuff you play on NHL 26. And I mean, what a play there. So still a 1-1 game here at KB Willett Arena. A 2-1 game out in River Falls between the men's team of Point and the River Falls Falcons. No other women's games tonight. The Pointers will play here tomorrow at 2 p.m. It'll be senior day for all the seniors on the Pointers squad. If we're going to give a count here, I got about 3 or 4 seniors on this team here, leading this team with a lot of freshmen, a lot of young guns on this Pointers team. Doing well for them so far, trying to get a win here for their home crowd. Pep band's rocking here at the Willett. And we get another face-off here. Kendall Rickley on the face-off. They'll face off against Kylie Schreier, the lone goal scorer for Beloit. So that's collected by McCullough. Again, Anderley around the net here. Anderley tries to poke it in. Nobody home there, so that's off the net. Anderley takes a chance there. Pokes loose, but collected again here and going up the ice. Ooh, takes a hard shot there as looked like Schreier took a shot there. As that's shot there by Addison Grolke and blocked there by Swanson. Kicked up the zone to McCullough as that's out of the zone there. Avery Sinclair tries to chase after a good chance here. Pointers have a middle shot there. Takes a shot off the pads and saved there by Janelle Quast. Excuse me. That's still kept in the Pointers zone here as that's kicked out. Anderley kicks it around. Sinclair races after it here. Pointers go for a change as McCullough kicks it back around and kept in by Torma. Torma kicks it down around to, I believe, Abby Skelly. And Skelly chance here. Nobody home. Pokes away by Quast. Has shot there by Britz. Wide. Polkamp collects it now. She tries to race through. Takes a shot. Pad save by Quast. Wraparound chance by Britz. Nobody knows where it is. Puck is loose. It's still collected here by Britz. Jenna Britz. Chance there. Puchnik kicked up in the air. Fight along. Chance there. Chance again. Wow. Puck loose. It's still kicked out there. What a save there. Janelle Quast. His shot's in there. Poked wide. What a sequence again for the Pointers, having big opportunities and collected here by Beloit. Just trying to get a change. No penalty called here as she falls to this ground. And there'll be an offside here as that puck is clamped up there by Janelle Quast. What a sequence there for the Pointers. And speaking of sequences for the Pointers, it looks like a 2-2 game out in River Falls. A Sean Bunting goal for the Pointers. Ties it up out in River Falls, and lucky for Beloit here, they get a change after that long sequence. 7:50 left in the period here. Shot blocked there. Have a chance here if they could keep it on their stick. Kept in the zone by Puchnik. Down to Sydney Wang as Riley Novak gives chase. Ahern kicks it around. Can't get it. A 2-on-2 opportunity here. Claire Dixon makes a move. She takes a shot into the chest of Claire Swanson as Dixon racing in there. Tried to maybe poke it out. Won't get it. And we get another stoppage of play here. Finally down in the O-zone of the Buccaneers. 7:28 left of the period. Still a 1-1 game here after a lot of a big sequence of events. Couldn't write a better story for this game. Takes a shot there wide. Poked around and poked away by Claire Swanson. Pass in the middle, nobody home, and out of the zone there as Claire Dixon kicks it around. Tara Regan kicking over Skylar Arneson. Arneson tries to kick it up the ice. Has Anderley. Watch out, ref. As that's kicked back in the zone. Arneson pass over, dangerous pass over to Regan. Regan passes up to Johnson. Johnson kicks it up the ice. Icing will be called. Kaya Johnson was not past the red line there, and another goal scored by River Falls. We got a good game going on in River Falls, a real barn burner so far. A 3-2 game there. So icing here, 6:52 left in the period. There's a lot is going on here tonight at KB Beloit Arena. I mean, what more do you expect? Two teams looking to get off their losing streak here. Pointers on an 8-game losing streak as that's kicked wide by Claire Swanson. The Buccaneers on a 6-game losing streak, trying to get their third official win as a college program. And kept in here by Vaki. Vaki loses it off her stick as Anderle tries to race in. She goes 1-on-3 and still has it on her stick. Johnson collects it, tries to pass it in the middle. Nobody can collect it. As Polkamp collects it now. She loses it. Polkamp tries to pass it. That's poked wide. Polkamp still collects it, tries to pass down to a pointer. It looks like a Buccaneer loses their edge. Still kept in by Torma. Chance here, pass in the middle, poked just wide. Good pad save there by Julia Quace. A little movement, and that probably would have went in. And that's still shot wide. Has a chance there. What a chance there. Just had a weird bounce, but still blocked out. And Riley Novak races after it. As Torma collects it, the lone goal scorer. Chance there, and glove save there by Janelle Quaist. Another stoppage play here. Pointers having a lot of good chances here in this second period. Just have to find it so far. And another goal scored there for, looks like, UW Eau Claire. A 2-1 game against UW Superior. Up in Superior this weekend for them. Face off here, Pointers. And one here. Ahern takes a shot up and into the glass. Wang tries to pass it in, nobody home. Collected here by Rachel Fusi. Pass around the zone here as Julia Fusi tries to get a stick on it. We'll collect it there. McCullough takes a shot up in the air and up over the net. Rachel Fusi collects it, tries to pass it over to her sister. And poked away by the Pointers and kicked up the ice. That will be icing. As Pointers just trying to get any clear that they can. Another stoppage play, 5:14 left in the period. Still 1-1 in the game here. A 4-0 game out in Menominee between the Blue Devils and the men's Buccaneers team here. Hayden Stocks with a power play goal for the Blue Devils. Face-off one here by, we'll say the Pointers here as they clear it out. Ahern races after it with Captain. She kicks it up the ice. Pointers able to go for a change here as Ahern down low. Tries to kick it out to Neist. Engbrecht now has it. She gets fought along the boards by Sinclair. Schreier tries to kick it out. Rickley collects it. Still kept in the zone, now out of the zone. As Arneson kicks it into McCullough. McCullough races around, loses an edge there. Tough break there. Arneson keeps it in, takes a shot wide, and collected there by Janelle Quaist for another stoppage in play. Well, about 4.5 minutes left here in the second period. Still a 1-1 game. The first goal of the night came about halfway through the first period, and then right about 20 seconds left in the second period, or the first period, the goal scored by Beloit. Polkamp tries to take a shot, but she whiffs on that one. So tight game here at KB Beloit. Kicked up in the air. What a chance there is. Looked like Quace kind of bounced it up to her with her stick. Definitely an interesting play there. That was kicked up and in the air. Quace doing pretty well for herself tonight. This face-off here, Pointers. As the linesman is trying to get them separated a little bit. Polkamp takes a shot. She whiffs on that one. And that's kicked out of the zone. Kept along by Skylar Arneson. Arneson kicks it out. As Hutchinson tries to kick it around. Kept in by Polkamp. Polkamp gets it knocked off, and big shot there down the middle. Chance there is, puck is loose. Wow, Quace just kicks it out as Skelly falls to the ground. Collected here by Britz. Britz takes a shot. That's saved. Good save there by Janelle Quace. Wow, what a chance there. Quace loses her stick, and that's kicked out of the zone. And the kick back into the zone by the Pointers. As Quace doesn't have her stick, she gets it back from a teammate. As they try to race up the ice, still kept in the zone off a skate of a Pointer. Sydney Wang collects it now. Tate Hutchinson tries to kick it out and will. Arneson kicks it back in. Delayed offside. As Hutchinson tries to get after it, they're just trying to get a change as best as they can. As collected here by Ahern, her stick is held down. Engbrecht collects it. She tries to pass it in. Woo, chance there, but just off and wide. And still kept in the zone. Yoakum kicks it down and around. As Pointers go for a change. Gurr passes it around to Rachel Fusi. Fusi tries to kick it out, and she's tied up. Anderle connects there. She collects it here. Tries to pass it in the middle. Can't find anyone. Torma kicks it over to Yoakum. Yoakum takes a shot. Good block there by Kendall Grolke. That's kicked back around. Shot there. Off the net. Kick back around the net. Torma collects it. Down low to Rickley. Kendall Rickley. Over to Anderle. Back to Rickley. Rickley takes a shot. Just wide. And chance there and out of the zone here. Big chance for the Buccaneers to get a change. As Swanson kicks it back around. She has to get back into her net as Kendall Grolke loses it off her stick. Fought along the boards there, trying to kick it out is Alyssa Yoakum. Yoakum collects it again, kicks it around. Riestenberg, actually make that Abby Skelly collects it now. Skelly kicks it in. And down the zone there. Buccaneers race it up here. Hannah Shady. Shady kicks it in wide. Had somebody in the middle, but cannot connect on the pass. As Polkamp makes a move. Polkamp gets the puck taken off. There's nobody. She can't find it. Nice. Tries to kick it out. Chance there in the middle. Nobody home. Sinclair kicked around. Has a chance there in the middle. But collected here by Jenna Britz as she tries to kick it out. Vaki sends it in. About a minute left in this period here. As the Pointers try to kick it out again. And up into the bench of the Buccaneers. A minute 03 left in this period. We got another stoppage of play here. Still a 4-0 game out in Menominee. A 2-1 game out in Superior. Still 3-2 Pointers men's team losing. And still a 1-1 game here in KB Willard Arena. A little over a minute left here in the period. This face-off here in the Pointers defensive zone here. Shot there by McCullough and good block there by Sydney Wang as that's still kicked out now and I believe up into the bench area again for the Buccaneers. We'll get another face-off here. I believe this is going to be outside the zone now. Before it was inside the zone. 55 seconds left in the period here. As Riley Novak getting the face-off here. Face-off one. We'll say maybe Pointers here. Collected by McCullough. Back down and around. Chance here, Tara Regan. Tara Regan. She takes a shot. That bounces into the glove of Janelle Quaist. There's stoppage here. So another change here for the Pointers. They get fresh bodies on the ice. Same with Beloit here. As the face-off here, Kendall Rickley facing off against Kylie Schreier, the leading goal scorer for this Beloit Buccaneers squad. Face-off, we'll say won by the Buccaneers. Is tied up down in the corner here. Anderle, and it looks like Kendall Rickley. Rickley passes up to Torma. Torma takes a shot, or pass over to Yoakum. Yoakum takes a shot into the chest of Janelle Quaist. Another stoppage here, 28.3 seconds left in the period. Still a 1-1 game here in KB Willett. A lot of good saves here tonight between both sides. This face-off one there by Beloit, still kept in the zone. Now has a chance here, a 1-on-0 chance here. Now, Alyssa Yoakum racing back here. Good defense there. His shot is whiffed on. had a big chance there if they could race up the ice. 10 seconds left in the period. Fighting along the corner here. Just trying to kick it out here. They're just going to eat the time up here. 3, 2, 1. And that'll do it for the first period here. A 1-1 game still here at KB Beloit Arena. A lot of good chances really for both sides. They had a lot of amazing opportunities, but nothing going for both sides. Still a 1-1 game here. Big opportunities coming into third period as we headed to a 15-minute break. 1-1 here at KB Beloit Arena. This is Pointer Athletics. Welcome back to KB Willard Arena. After 2 periods of play, UWSP and Beloit College tied 1-1 in women's hockey action. So no goal scoring in the last period, but a couple penalties taken by the Pointers. Alyssa Yoakum a 2-minute minor for holding, and Gianna Nice a 2-minute minor for body checking. Shots on goal, 28-12. Pointers really outshooting the Buccaneers by a lot. 17 saves made in that period by Janelle Quaist, and Claire Swanson only had to make 4. Pointers had a lot of big chances in that last period and just could not capitalize on the chances that they got. Same with the Buccaneers, but not as many as the Pointers. Pointers had a lot of amazing opportunities, but nothing going there. And that's why it's still a 1-1 game as the Pointers get out on the ice here. One more period left to play here, and I don't know the way it's looking, potentially overtime, but the way it's sitting here, it's still a 1-1 game as Beloit gets out on the ice now. Pointers trying to break a 8-game losing streak dating back to all the way in December. I mean, it's pretty much February in a couple days here, and Pointers trying to break this losing streak along with Beloit here trying to break the 6-game losing streak that they have and really get a conference win here. They do not have a conference win so far, have lost 3 to the Pointers so far out of the 5 games they play them this season. Trying to get one back here on the road. And it's not always easy in KB Willett. As a face-off here, Kylie Schreier wins the face-off here as Pointers racing after it here. Yoakum races after it. Must have been tipped off Grace Torma's stick, so no icing called here. Yoakum tries to pass it up to Regan. That's still kept in. Down around. Yoakum's there. Kicked out. A little bit of a weird line here. 3 defensemen on the line for the Pointers as Yoakum kicks it around. She tries to pass it in, nobody home. It looks like Avery Sinclair kicks it out of the zone as Torma gets her stick tied up there. And collected here by Beloit. Torma kicks it back around up the ice to Molly Polkamp. Polkamp tries to kick it up to Jenna Britz. Britz racing around here, kicks it wide. And collected again here by Rachel Fusi as she passes it up the ice to her sister Julia Fusi. Kicked wide by Claire Swanson. Kicked up here to Jenna Britz. Britz, a 2-on-3 opportunity. She kicks it up. Abby Skelly trying to race after it with Claire Dixon. She pokes her stick away. Fighting along the boards here in the Pointers zone. There's Maddie Anderley. Anderley, the captain, trying to reach around and get it. Rachel Fusi, Beloit's captain, collects it. And up the ice we go. And that'll be icing, but waved off here as Arneson able to collect it here. She tries to pass it up the zone, collected again by the Buccaneers. Ludwig there. Kicked up the ice here. Vaki collects it up the ice, and Yoakum collects it now. Now a 3-on-2 chance here if the Pointers can race up here. Chance here, shot, and glove save there. Janelle Quaist. Couple minutes run off here in the period as the Pointers and Buccaneers really go at it here tonight. The Buccaneers out in Menominee are still down 4-0. And the Pointers in River Falls also down 3-2. As shot there by Ahern, can't connect on that. Have a chance there with Riley Novak. Had a sweet move, a little toe drag moment in that last period. Shot taken there. Ahern can't connect on that one as well. Pass there to Novak. She tries to poke it around, and Quace will jump on that one. A lot of chances here for the Pointers. Really just have to find something, put it in the back of the net. The lone goal scorer for the Pointers here, Grace Torma, her first of the season, came on the power play. And for Beloit, it really was just like a little tap-in goal that, not sure if it really, really didn't have a chance there to save it. If you're Claire Swanson, kind of fell on your back, try to save it as Jochum kicks it out now. Vaki kicks it down and in. Puchnik collects it now. And Puchnik kicks it up the ice, and that will be, it looks like icing is waved off here as Tara Regan able to beat out the icing there. It's still kicked up. Jenna Britz tries to collect it. She loses it off her stick. Had a chance there in the middle. A lot of bouncing puck action here as that's kicked up to Grace Torma. Torma takes a shot. That's off the body of a Buccaneer. It's still kept in the zone, though, for the Pointers here. Jenna Britz races around here. Britz will collect it. She races around by herself. Going really around the world here. Takes a shot up and off a stick and in the air. Still collected here by Abby Skelly. And now Schreier races around and kicks it out of the zone as Arneson's there. Icing waved off as Arneson was right there to touch it. And Polkamp collects it now. She almost loses it. Passes up to Skelly. They kick it in the zone. They'll go for a change as Anderly races after Hutchinson. She kicks it out of the zone. And that's kicked back into the zone. Anderly thought she had to tag up. And that's still kept around by Fusi. They'll call it offside on, I believe, Rachel Fusi. Must have just went in the zone enough. And she jumped in. Rachel Fusi, the former Pointer, was on the team last year. And now joining Beloit College after being up in Northland. If you remember, Northland College shut down at the end of last year. Played their final season in college athletics up in Ashland, Wisconsin. And they've moved pretty much every one of those teams down to Beloit here. And Beloit, at least the hockey teams, down to Beloit here. The hockey teams here in their first season under coach Kelly Millens, her first season as a head coach. Pointers under the tutelage of Ann Ninneman in her 20th season. Race up the ice here and lost off the stick almost by Grolke. A chance here for the Pointers if they can connect a pass here. That's taken off the stick of Puchnik. Has a chance there. Ludwig can't find it. Takes a shot there wide off the body of a Pointer. Nice. Now collects it. Nice up the ice here to Ahern. Can't collect it. That's out of the zone. Now Ahern with the puck. Fighting along the boards. Up in the air and collected again by Natasha Ludwig. It's collected there by the Pointers. They try to kick in the zone here. Grace Torma on her stick as that's pinned against the boards. And now kicked out to Grolke. Claire Dixon tries to kick it up the ice, and that will be an icing call. As Claire Dixon tried to race after, and it looked like we had a Buccaneer go down in the corner. Natasha Ludwig must have blew his tire there in the corner. 14:22 left in the period here. Still a 1-1 game. 2 goals scored in the first period. Just a lot of action in that second period. A little bit of action in this third period. A shot there by Polkamp's block there. And good save there. Good block there by Julia Fusi. Keep it out of the zone as Tormak tries to kick it up to Skelly. Icing waved off. Must have hit off of Skelly's stick. And kicked around here. And up the ice goes Kennedy Grolke. As tied around there, no call there on the Pointers. And kicked around to Torma. Torma tries to kick it up the ice. Tries to clear it here. Kept in the zone by Dixon. Good block there as looks like Skelly gets in with, looks like Dixon. No call there as refs didn't see a little shove there by Dixon. And still racing up the ice here as Rickley tries to kick in the zone. Off the skate of It looked like Schreier's. Anderle tries to collect it here. The captain. Tied up in the corner. Rickley also tries to collect it. Nobody knows where it is. Anderle collects it, shoots it into Quace as she goes in. And looks like Engbrecht also tries to poke it in, but the Buccaneers there to collect it. Another stoppage of play here. 13-15 left in the period. A lot of action down low. There's a face-off here. I believe Riley Novak here on the face-off. And she'll win the face-off shot there and up in the air. Chance there, and what a dive there, Janelle Quaist. I'm diving on that loose puck there. Almost like a fox going after its prey there. I mean, really dove down for that one. A little belly flop on the ice to get it. Now around the back here is, looks like Natalie Ahern. She's tied up along the boards as they try to poke it out here. As Fusi tries to kick it around here and out of the zone now. Good chance here and taken away by Grace Torma. Regan over to Novak. That's kicked up by, looks like Natalie Ahern. Icing waved off. Fusi, Rachel Fusi, kicks it up off the stick of what's going to be, I believe that is Cora Meshki. And collected here and kicked up the ice to Maddie Anderle. She has Arneson to her left. She tries to kick it out of the zone. Good play there by Rachel Fusi. Fusi kicks it back to Arneson here. Arneson tripped up here. No call. Almost had a tripping call, but no call. And up the ice here is Gurr. Around the boards to Yoakum. And along the boards here and collected again by Addison Grolke. Grolke taken it around the world. Shot there and collected there by Swanson. A stoppage, 11:54 left in the period. And potentially going in OT if nobody scores here. Really both sides have a good chances either way that they can go. Just can't seem to connect on anything. There's a face-off here. Polkamp wins the face-off. Torma tries to kick it around to Gianna Nice. Tries to kick it up and out of the zone. Collected here by Natalie Gurr. Gurr races up to Julia Fusi. And collected again by Tate Hutchinson. It's a good fight there by Jenna Britz. And kicked in the zone by Nice. That's into the glove of Quaist. She just covers it up with a racing Polkamp into the zone there. So 11:30 still left in this period here. 1-1 game. And both sides really have good chances all around. The Pointers have had a million opportunities, it seems like, to score and just can't seem to get past. Quaist has a chance there, but nobody home to get the rebound. A story of this game, really. And chance here for Beloit, but taken away by Yoakum. Yoakum tries to kick it up the ice. Ahern tries to collect, and that will be an icing call. About 20 seconds race off the clock there as they go back into the Pointers zone. We get another stoppage. So back down in the Pointers zone here. Pointers men's team starting up the third period here for them. We'll get some more score updates as we go on here. Only women's hockey game in the WIAC being played tonight. Pointers trying to get secure a third place in the WIAC, as really they're not going to catch up to River Falls or Eau Claire at this rate. And chance here, Riley Novak had the beautiful toe drag before, just could not capitalize on the toe drag if she wanted to. And racing up here is Hoffman, as that's poked off for stick. Chance here for Beloit. Wow, what a move, but taken away by the Pointers. Good defense there as Jenna Britz races up the ice with this puck. She falls back there. That was Brittany Detch. with the good moves there. Just could not connect it. Polkamp's shot is blocked in the middle. But she races after it. Collected here by Britz. Britz off the body and up into the netting and still on the ice here for the Pointers. Couple seconds go off the clock here. Realistically, a lot of good chances are all around. Still a 2-1 ball or 2-1 game out, and Superior Eau Claire is up 4-0 Blue Devils over the Buccaneers. Shot there into Quase's glove. So a 4-0 game out in Menominee for men's hockey action. Potentially soon enough, the WIAC might have 6 teams, as Stout might get a women's hockey NCAA program. They have a club hockey team, as I've known of, but have not got that women's hockey NCAA team to really round out the WIAC. Kept in by Arneson. And still in the zone, shot wide. Polkamp was there, but no dice. Still kept in the zone here. Chance here. Abby Skelly can't connect on that pass. Jenna Britz there to also collect it. Polkamp kicks it up to Arneson. Arneson, good tip there by Abby Skelly, but block save there. Back up the Arneson. Arneson tries to get a tip. Had a chance wide. Just missing the net. And checked out of the zone there. And it looks like Skylar Arneson's going to be there to collect it. Getting chased after by Addison Grolke. That's almost kicked out of the zone. Claire Dixon whiffs on that, but still collects kind of like a pass herself. And still collected by Torma here now after a blocked shot. Polkamp races around now. She tries to get it up. It looks like Anderle tries to race up. She gets taken off the puck by Rachel Fusi. Racing up the ice now. Shot there into Julia Fusi's body and kicked out into an icing. Big chance for the Pointers here. 8:55 left in the period. Still a 1-1 game. If you're tuning in here, we thank you for tuning in to Pointer Athletics on YouTube or the WIAC Network, whichever you choose. We thank you for tuning in. I'm Brody Kupski on a beautiful night here in Stevens Point. WIAC women's hockey action at the Willett. His chance there is Quaist will jump on that one again. And it looks like we're going to get a media timeout. So 8:48 left in the period here. Is really a lot's been happening for the Pointers. Having a lot of good opportunities, but just can't seem to connect on them to put it in the net. Their one and only goal so far coming on the power play back in the first period, about 9.5 minutes in, by Grace Torma, her first of the season. And then Beloit scored with about 20 seconds left in that first period. Really looked like just a little tap-in of the stick by Kylie Schreier to really lead the team, or for the Buccaneers, lead the team in goals. Not a whole lot of goal scoring for the Buccaneers this season. A lot of players with 3 goals between Schreier and I believe that was Addison Grolke, who also leads in the scoring. And for the Buccaneers here, I mean, in their first season, so far on the road, they have a pretty good record at 2-5. I mean, it's nothing to scoff at. I mean, a 2-16 or an 2-15 record here is really nothing impressive, but still putting up a fight here against the Pointers. Make that, yeah, 2-16 record against the Pointers. It's not really gone their way as far as the season, but as the first season goes on, they're finding their own way and keeping it close with the Pointer squad that's trying to get their first win since December. It's kept in by Torma. Chance here, down low to Yoakum. Chance down low. Who has the puck? Puck is loose. Collected here by, it looked like Anderle, as that's kicked wide. Looks like Quaist lost her stick, but kicked it again by her teammates. Second time she lost it tonight, and good rebound by her teammates to collect it for her as that's kicked out to Ludwig. Ludwig can't keep it on her stick as Anderle connects it. And that's still in the zone for the Pointers. Chance here, Ahern. If she finds it, Ahern just can't connect on that one. And that's still kept in the zone somewhat And the Pointers will go for the change, so big chance here for Beloit. They want to race up the ice here. Ludwig kicks it up. Still kept out and into the zone for the Pointers. That's over to Quaist as the Pointers race in. That was Evie Daly who kind of kicked it over after getting poked away by a Pointer. 7:55 left in the period. Still 3-2 ball game up in River Falls. I should say puck game, really. And face off here by the Pointers. A big chance here, breakaway chance here. Cora Meshke, one on zero. Good block save there by Claire Swanson. A chance here, Jenna Britz collects it. Kicked around here. Jenna Britz racing in by herself. He gets tied up but still collects it now. Britz racing around. Tries to find Rickley in the middle. Collected by Torma. Torma takes a shot. That bounces wide. Yoakum collects it now. Tries to pass in the middle. Rickley off her stick and out. Now collected again by Regan as that's poking around the net. Regan back up to Yoakum. Yoakum has it on her stick. She takes a shot off the side of the net. Saw the water bottle fly up a little bit, but just off the side of the net. Chance there in the middle, but no dice there is poked away. Regan collects it now. Regan tries to pass it in the middle to Avery Engbrecht. Engbrecht now has it. Gets it poked off her stick. Back around to Yoakum. Yoakum takes a shot up in the air, off the glass. Chance here, Rickley. Rickley takes a shot into, looks like Quaist. And there's a goal! A goal is scored by the Pointers. It looked like it was tapped in by Avery Engbrecht. Makes it a 2-1 ball game. What a chance there. And actually, they're going to give it to Tara Regan. The goal scorer there. And we finally have a goal for the first time since the first period. What a goal scored there. Good rebound chance there. Tara Regan. And for Tara Regan, that's her second of the season. It gives her 3 points on the season for her so far. It gives the Pointers some life here. They finally put it behind Janelle Quaist. Now it's 6.5 minutes left here in the first period. Pointers really just got to play good defense. And they coast home with the win. But don't give up on Beloit here. They've been playing pretty well. Chance here, Anderle. Anderle makes a couple moves. Good moves there, and Quaist can't find it. It looks like she had it in her pads again. Just like in the first period. Had to take off her pads before. It looks like she's able to get it out again this time. Kind of had to take her pads off in the first period to get the puck out. A good goal score there by Tara Regan. The assist going to Kendall Rickley. And for Rickley, that's her second goal of the season. Shot wide. Her second assist on the season, I should say, for Kendall Rickley. Chance here is Julia Fusi. Has Ludwig in the middle, but taken off the puck there by Skylar Arneson. They're tied up in the corner. Ludwig and Riley Novak go after it. Loose puck in the middle. And kicked back up in the zone here to Shady. Vaki keeps it in a good block there by Ahern and kicked out of the zone. Back up to Shady. Collected again by Riley Novak as she tries to kick it out. She kind of gives a shove to Julia Fusi as that's kicked in by Ludwig. Arneson racing after it and kept in the zone by Schreier. Kicked up into Arneson and gloved there by Claire Swanson for another stoppage here. A little less than 5.5 minutes left here. So the goal scored there by Tara Regan. 2 defensemen on the scoring tonight for the Pointers. Really wouldn't have chalked that one up. But the Pointers have a new life in them as they try to get this victory here. Get another win in conference here. Kicked up the ice. Jenna Britz can't collect that pass. That's up in the air. Collected again there, Maddie Hoffman. And that's kicked around. Regan with the shot into the zone. And kicked up by Maddie Hoffman. Hoffman racing around Jenna Britz. Britz gives chase. She gives a little couple taps. As Hoffman takes it herself. She takes a shot wide. Good shot there, just wide. Hutchinson races after it. As that puck goes all the way down into the O zone of the Pointers. Kicked there by Rickley. Still kept in the zone there. Good play by Anderle, it looks like. Make that Kaya Johnson. Excuse me, Avery Engbrecht. Wow, a lot of names being called there as Quace collects that shot from Arneson with ease. 4:28 left in the period here. Pointers currently sitting at 37 shots on goal to 15 by the Buccaneers. Pointers are currently 1-1 on the power play, 0-2 for the Buccaneers. Has been a little chippy at times here. Well, these teams have faced each other 3 times so far, as that's covered up by Quace. I mean, you see a little bit at the end of the play there. They kind of get into Quace's face a little bit, but 3 times so far, and they play 4th game tonight, 5th game tomorrow afternoon. And just with scheduling conflicts, they have to play each other 5 times and really kind of get used to knowing an opponent. As that one's kicked in the zone. Tied up there along the boards. Who has it? And it looks like still in the corner again. Anderle tries to collect it. Back up to Arneson. Arneson takes a shot. That's off. I believe that was Rachel Fusi. And kept around here. Good chance here. Good move by Addison Grolke, but kicked off the puck there by Anderle. She kicks it out. Good play there by the captain. In the zone, Claire Dixon. Over to Addison Grolke as that's kicked wide of the net. Collected again by Arneson in the corner. Pointers fighting along the boards. And now Puchnik will collect it here. She tries to kick it up. Still kept in the zone. Shot collected there by Claire Swanson. A big shove there at the end by, looked like Natasha Ludwig. A little upset about not being able to score there. Looks like a tie game up in Stevens Point. A big goal score. Actually make that a 4-3 game now. 2 goals scored. Nico Chmielewski with 2 goals in a row. 1 on the power play. Pointers go up to 4-3 in River Falls. As the Pointers trying to race up the ice here, Jenna Britz races after it. And Tara Regan back along the boards, the goal scorer tonight. And kept in the zone. Good play there by Alyssa Yoakum. She's taken off the puck. Collected again by Nice. Nice races around by herself. She races back around Shady. Chance there. Regan can't collect it on her stick. Collected again by Regan down low to Britz. Britz racing around here, taking off her stick. Up and around over to Polkamp. Polkamp over to Nice. Nice. Back down to Polkamp. Polkamp takes a shot up in the air. And where did that puck go? And that up into the rafters here at KB Willett. And we've got another stoppage of play here. 2:37 left in the period. Kind of looking over to this Pointers hockey game up in River Falls. Getting a little chippy over there as well. Getting chippy here tonight as well. And Pointers trying to coast a victory in both River Falls and here in KB Willett Arena. Still have to play one more game tomorrow for both sides. A 2 o'clock game here tomorrow at the Willett for Senior Day. And puck tied up along the boards there's McCullough also tied up with another Pointer there. And ref's probably going to tell him pretty soon, hey, you got to move out of the way. How long is it going to take? Pointers really could use this clock wasting here as they're just trying to coast away with the wind here as Kendall Rickley is tied up along the boards as well. Now kicked up by Rachel Fusi. Fusi still kicked out of the zone now as Maddie Hoffman tries to kick it in. She gets kicked off the puck there by Puchnik. Good defensive play there. Torma with the puck now. The other goal scorer for the Pointers on the power play. Chance here, Hoffman. But she gets it poked off her stick as Torma collects it again. Again, Hoffman. Has a chance around the net here. Poked up and away to Sinclair. Sinclair, chance there. Claire Swanson sees it, pokes it wide. Torma tries to kick it out again. Pointer's going for a long change here. If they can get out of the zone, but can't connect on these passes as Puchnik races wide. Poked away by Claire Swanson. Pointer's just trying to kick it out of the zone, and will. Anderle races in the zone here. 1-on-5 here for her. Kind of all by herself. Collected in here, and a minute left in the period here. As Anderle is tied along the boards here with a couple Buccaneers. And the Bucks here trying to race up the ice. Have a chance here. A 3-on-3 chances. Swanson will just pick that one up. And we get another stoppage play. 39 seconds exactly left in this period. And for the Pointers here, man, it looks like they're going to pull Janelle Quast here and try to go for an extra attacker opportunity here. And if you're the Pointers, you just got to play good enough defense here. Maybe get an empty netter, just kind of seal it. But good defense needs to be played here. Shot up in the air, behind the net. Collected again by the Pointers. They try to kick it out. Still kept in the zone there. Good stop there by Dixon. Collect it. She's knocked off the puck. Jochum takes a shot. That one is wide of the net, and that will be another icing. As Jochum probably about a couple feet off from the goal there. Get another stoppage play in the zone here, and they're going to probably call a timeout here if you're Beloit. I mean, you got to get a strategy going. 21.5 seconds left here. So Beloit will go on a timeout here. And the Pointers got to talk up some defense here. A 2-2 game tied up in Superior. Eau Claire and the Yellow Jackets fighting each other on the road for the Pointers tonight. Still a 4-3 game here, about 10.5 minutes left here. Actually make that about 10 minutes left. Actually make that a tie ball game, or tie game now. A goal scored by River Falls. That's brutal for the Pointers. A 4-0 game out in Menominee still. About 3.5 minutes left there. And for the Pointers, that is not the way you want to go here. Is kind of looking at this replay here. Wow, I don't even know how Alex Proctor did not see that one. Must have just went past him, or must have bounced off a stick or something. So Beloit comes after the timeout here. The extra attacker out on the ice here as Quast goes to the bench after really a stellar night for her. A really good night in terms of goal stopping. 37 saves for her on the night. As Jochum collects it. She's trying to just pin along the boards here. 15 seconds left in the game here as they're going to pin it along the boards, and it looks like a push there. Jochum goes to the ground as it looks like they're going to just blow the play dead. As I don't know if hopefully they don't give a Pointer penalty here for delay of game. I think they're just going to get a stoppage here. 5.6 seconds left. And if you're Beloit, you got to win the face-off here. Big face-off coming right here. As Novak wins the face-off here. Torma gets it along the net, and that'll do it here. The Pointers fight a huge fight against these Buccaneers. A 2-1 game after a big goal scored there by Tara Regan on a rebound. A good effort really by both sides tonight. Well, the Pointers come away with the victory, their 4th of the season versus Beloit College here as they play tomorrow afternoon against each other again for Senior Day. But a big win here for the Pointers as they head into their final regular season home game with a win and the breaking their losing streak of 8 games. Their first games won since about December. Feels like it's been a while. Look at some final stats for you tonight. The last win for the Pointers here was against this Beloit team down in Beloit. A 2-game series win for the Pointers last time. Maybe they can make another one here again for the Pointers. Some final stats for the night. For Janelle Quaist, 37 saves for her, only 2 goals given up. A pretty good night for her. The lone goal scorer for the Beloit College Buccaneers was Kylie Schreier, assisted by Claire Dixon. And the Pointers will be heading off into tomorrow, feeling pretty good about this win here. A goal scored by Grace Torma early in the contest, and then a goal late in the contest here by Tara Regan put the Pointers ahead, and that'll make it a 2-1 ball game as these both sides prioritize mental health today in the mental health awareness game. We thank you for tuning in to Pointer Athletics here on YouTube. I've been Brody Kupski, kind of joined by myself here. We thank you for tuning in to Pointer Athletics. We'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. here at KB Willard Arena.